Hi, Chipmunks! Today I'm going to read you a really fun book called The Ugly Pumpkin. Now, it starts off kind of sad, but at the end, he'll turn his frown upside down. Look at the pumpkin. He definitely looks sad, and look at the other pumpkins. They're definitely a different shape than him. I think he's feeling a little left out. I am the ugly pumpkin, as you can plainly see. 100,000 pumpkins, and none are quite like me. Since early in October, I've been waiting to get picked, but each time things start looking up, I end up getting tricked. A skeleton came for some pumpkins one bright and crispy day. I asked if I could get a ride. He laughed and said, "No way." And when I said, "It's getting late, I don't have a home," he rolled his eye and said goodbye, and he left me all alone. So I walked into November, where I happened on some trees. I asked if I could stay a while, and this time I said please. The trees all started smiling, and then one finally spoke. "Take off your boots and spread your roots." They're acting nice. Do you think they're going to be that way? Continue to be nice? Another cruel joke. They're throwing apples at him. That's so unkind. I am the ugly pumpkin, I shouted to the sky. And then it started raining, and so I began to cry. I took shelter in a garden that was overrun with squash. If you're overrun with something, does that mean you have a little or a lot? It means you have a lot of something if you're overrun with it. I noticed something very odd. Look, all these guys have different shapes. I thought, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I am a squash! And at last it was Thanksgiving, and now I found where I fit in. So now you know my story, and let the feast begin. I really like squash. I like how different they are. They're fun to look at. Some of them are bumpy, so they have really neat textures. And today, for dinner, I'm going to eat one. I'm going to have a spaghetti squash tonight.
Mom, does it really have spaghetti inside of it?
It does not have spaghetti inside of it, but what happens is when you cook it, it has really long strands that look like spaghetti noodles.
Does it have meatballs in it? Does it have sauce in it?
It's going to have meatballs and it's going to have sauce. So first what I do is I cook my spaghetti squash for about an hour with some olive oil and a little bit of salt. And then I make a meatball sauce. Today I'm using Italian chicken sausage. Part of it's hot, part of it's sweet. I combined it with some zucchini and some onion, and then right now it's simmering in the sauce. And after the spaghetti squash is done, then I'm going to rake it all out with my fork so it makes it look like spaghetti, and then I'm going to put it back into a container and put all the sauce on top of it, and then I'm going to melt some mozzarella cheese and parmigiano.
What about the chipmunk acorn squash?
Oh, the acorn squash. That's another kind of squash that there is. There's butternut squash. What else? What kind of squash was I just talking about?
Bumpy squashes. Sometimes there's squashes with like straight heads and stuff.
Yep, acorn squash, spaghetti squash, butternut squash. There's a whole lot of squash. So if I were you, it's squash time. Go out there and get yourself some squash at the grocery store. It's not a better time than right now. Fall is squash time.